Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Yeah, still struggling with the voice a bit, but feeling a lot better in myself, so boosh, we gotta get the vocal cords going. Whatever. I tell you who's doing a lot worse than me though, Disney. It is in an absolute mess at the moment. Yesterday they announced that they are to lay off, essentially fire, 28,000 workers at their domestic theme parks and other units. We'll go into some of the other tumultuous aspects surrounding Disney right now. They acquired pre-COVID. A lot of people questioned the decision to purchase Fox, but it seemed like they wanted to grab every license and put it under their banner, get a monopoly of sorts, and that one particularly seems to have come back to bite them. But when COVID hit, the footfall going into the theme parks, of course, was absolutely decimated. Also, the changes which they've made to certain theme parks hadn't sit right with a lot of fans of Disney products. Again, things like Galaxy's Edge, that's just not doing what they want them to do. They're changing other themes to be more politically minded. Anywho, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought substantial layoffs to Walt Disney Company, massive theme park operations, and other units. The Burbank-based company said Tuesday it'd lay off 28,000 domestic employees at its parks and products divisions, which include Disneyland, Disney California Adventure Park in Anaheim, and Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. The segment, which employs 177,000 people, also includes Disney businesses such as its retail stores and 4 cruise ships. Don't think there'll be too many cruises at the moment. The layoffs affect around 13% of Disney's 223,000 person global workforce. But it's not that really that you should look at. You should be looking at the 177,000 because it's actually in that bracket. So what's that? Let's just say 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. Basically a sixth, almost a sixth of their workforce gone from those areas. During the furlong period, Disney continued to pay for workers' benefits, including healthcare. However, not many people needed it because not many people had anything wrong with them. However, the profound prolonged blow the coronavirus dealt to Disney's business forced the company to make deeper cuts. Maybe if they had stopped excess purchasing and actually had more revenue to look after their employees. But of course, remember, this is business and you're not an employee when it comes to business. You're a number, you're a stamp card. There's no morality here. There's no care about people. It's just overhead to be cut. It's so sad. As heartbreaking as it is to take this action, this is the only feasible option we have in the light of the prolonged impact of COVID on our business, including limited capacity due to physical distancing requirements and the continued uncertainty regarding the duration of the pandemic. Yeah, because certain areas in America are still completely closed up, and there's no real reason for them to be so. I don't see why people who are non-risk are not able to get about their everyday life. Look after our at-risk people, our elderly, our sick. Look after them. Put provisions in place for them. But don't prevent the young, the fit, the healthy, the able to be able to go around. At the moment, we've been in lockdown for so long, since March-ish time, 6 odd months or so. This is having a massive effect on people's mental health now, fully understandable as well. We're not creatures that are meant to be locked up We're not creatures that are meant to be confined. We're meant to be out there, productive, hunting, gathering, etc. And there seems to be a lot, particularly in America, leading up to the election, a lot of political decisions made around the lockdown, while hypocrisy reigns supreme, as we've seen from politicians in the US and in the UK, where we had recent laws put into place about pubs closing at 10 o'clock. But do you know whose pub doesn't close at 10 o'clock and can continue to be open? The politicians at Parliament. So when that got out, that caused a huge kerfuffle. So now they've gone, okay, we'll also close ours at 10. We'll adhere to our own rules. It's a joke. This whole COVID stuff and the way that it's being dealt with worldwide is a joke by virtually every government. We need the world to resume. We need to get back on with life, because the longer this goes on, the more businesses are going to go under. If Disney is shedding 28,000, just look at the high store, at the high street now. It's closing. I live in a small village. I go down to the shop in the village. The little businesses around it, closed. To rent, to let. Because their business has now ended. Gone. It's tragic and it's sad. But let's just have a look at some other stuff with Disney. It doesn't help when you have bombs like Mulan, which is bombing worldwide. Bombing in the US, bombing in the UK, bombing in China. There's a lot of controversy surrounding the film, and Disney particularly, the way that they were thanking the Chinese government, who are acting in some of the most disgusting ways right now with regards to human rights. But Disney want that Chinese money. Because as I said in this video, it's not about people. It's not about morality. It's about cash dollar. About bottom line. So if they can tap into China like we see everywhere, Tencent has infected America. It's got its claws into everything now. China. But look at its spot worldwide, 58.3 million. This has got a budget of 200 million just for the film. Never mind the marketing which has surrounded it, which will be less than normal considering the circumstances. But this has been an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. Then what else have we had? Well, New Mutants, another absolute disaster. But this one was a disaster waiting to happen. They bought this disaster when they acquired Fox. And now it became Disney's disaster. A film that was made 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Which hadn't seen the light of day. That doesn't bode well. And so when it eventually came out, the reaction by people, the vast majority of people, what a turkey. Absolute turkey. And then what else have we got? Disney. Black Widow, delayed again. Essentially, the movie industry for 2020 shut down. Shut down for business. Wonder Woman's been pushed back to the end of December. Will that be pushed back further? Maybe. Maybe. Black Widow pushed back to May next year now. This film should have been out March, April of this year. So it's going to be over a year overdue. Is anyone really going to care? I was concerned that people really wouldn't be that bothered about a film about a woman who's already dead in the Marvel Universe. So what's the point? What are the stakes? Is she going to get out of it alive? Yes. She's got to die in Endgame. It's not a spoiler. You've had plenty of time to watch it. So what are the stakes in this film? It's a film that should have been made 7 years ago. And should have been made on merit with ScarJo as well. Great lass. But pushed back further. By the time it comes round, who's going to care? Who's really going to care? And when people making or they're going to start making very specific decisions about what they want to watch. They don't want to watch formulaic stuff. You've seen one Marvel movie, you've seen them all. I like ScarJo, I like Scarlett Johansson, I like Rachel Weisz. What's the guy from Stranger Things? I like him. But it's a Marvel film, and it feels like a Marvel film from the trailers, and it's, you know, I've seen all that kind of stuff. I can't get excited. And where we see franchises like Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek in the absolute doldrums, because the people who are running the shows there aren't interested in entertaining the masses. They're interested in virtue signaling to their mates in Hollywood to get pats on the back. Those franchises are gone right now. Dead, buried. Star Wars is Disney. Ouch. It's really bad, and it's really difficult to see where this is going to turn around or how this is going to turn around. I think there's an oversaturation with Marvel films. I think there's an oversaturation of Star Wars, and it's really bad as well for the most part. I think there's an oversaturation of universes that are trying to be created that just burn out the potential customer, because everything seems to operate off the mantra of go big or go home. And I think people are more inclined to want good stories and good characters. I'm so sorry for the people, the legit people who are going to lose their jobs. I really hope at least companies going to start rethinking how they're truly going to push their product to the customer. But I think the entertainment industry it's due for a crash in 2021. I think there's going to be a massive crash. I think the video game industry is going to thrive and soar. And people are going to find their entertainment more in video games than films and television, because films and television are not providing them with the sustenance that they want. Whereas the game industry, for the most part, is still doing that. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming links in the description box down below. I'll be back 8 p.m. UK time tonight, live streaming with Robert Mayer Burnett as we delve into It's Your Funeral episode of The Prisoner and start to pick that one apart. You take care. Bye for now.